All right. Well, I can't believe I haven't done this bird before. This is a bird that is a very popular bird, a very well-known bird. It's a bird that lives. It's a seabird, and I don't know. It might be up there with penguins in one of my favorite kinds of seabirds. In fact, I think some people think they're related to a penguin, even though they're not. Their name even sounds a little bit like penguin. What are we talking about? We are talking about puffins. Twig, you haven't done puffins yet? Nope, we haven't done puffins yet. Look at that little guy. He's so
This action
cute.
shot. Love it, love it.
Puffins are so
Love it.
cute. They're one
They
of the
are.
cutest, one of the cutest birds out there. I mean, come on, let me look at them. How can you not? I mean, how can you not look at puffin and be like, "That's a cute bird. That's such a cute bird."
Mm-hmm.
Their eyes even look like they have like having like little sad eyes, like they're just oh, I'm just a little guy.
Aw.
Yeah. Replace Toucan Sam. Well, I mean, they do have some of the largest beaks in relation to body size of any bird. You know, big beaks. Not toucan big. No, quick. So toucans have the largest beaks in relation to body size. Lampy, do you know what birds have the biggest beaks overall, as in terms of sheer size?
They have to be pretty big birds.
They're
I
pretty
do
big
not
birds.
know.
It is the giant pelican.
Oh, yeah, that would do it. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Pelicans got big ass beaks.
They do.
These
they
guys,
do.
big beaks for their body, pretty beaks. Love all the different colors on them. Let's learn a little bit more about the puffin. Well, they're kind of small little guys. They're actually kind of about the size of a crow, about 11 to 12 inches long, with a 19 to 25 inch wingspan, weighing about 11 to 17 ounces. Yeah, you have to do the conversion if you use. Maybe I should start putting metric in all of these. I don't know. I do have a lot of non-American viewers. But yeah, they live about 20 years old on average, which is pretty good lifespan. It's a good long life for a bird. 20 years, not too bad. It ain't parrot long, but it's longer than most birds. The oldest ever banded puffin was 41 years old. That's a good long life for a bird. 41 years old. As you can see, their range there is, well, a lot of ocean. And the orange areas that you see there, that is the coastal areas that they like to go on. But they spend a lot of time at sea. You know, they just sit in the ocean and just sit there floating on top of the waves for a long time. But they do a lot of their breeding on the coasts. Yeah, because it's hard to lay and take care of egg in water.
Yeah, you gotta put the egg somewhere. That's very important.
Somewhere. So yeah, that's where they go. So as you can see, they like to be on the coasts of, you know, a lot of Canada up there, Greenland, Iceland, a little bit of the United States on Maine. Maybe no, not quite down to Massachusetts, but yeah. But yeah, they so many countries. Lots of them in the UK. They're a very popular bird in the UK and Ireland, but also in Iceland. They are a member of the order of Pterodiformes, which also includes seagulls. So they're actually closely related to the seagull. Yeah.
Birds.
Yeah.
Birds. All right.
Yeah. It's
Like-
kind of neat. Different family, but yeah, same kind of seabird as seagull. But I like these guys a lot better than seagulls. They're I mean, look at it. That's a nice polite look. That's a nice polite bird. Nobody looks at a seagull and says, "What a nice polite bird."
No, well, seagulls aren't polite birds. It's like, are they noisy though? Do they make noise? Do enough of them together make a lot of noise?
They do make noises. They make some calls at each other.
But they're not making them on my roof, so I don't have any complaints.
Well, their nests, as you can see on the bottom, they dig holes for their nests. They go to soft, dirt areas, and they're going to dig a hole. A little diggy hole. And then they will fill that hole up with soft grass and also feathers. Sometimes it's their own feathers. Sometimes it's feathers from other birds. If they can find it on the ground, they're like, hey, if it's soft, I want it in my nest. So they fill it up there. The males and females both dig the nest together, but they think the male does most of the work. But then the lady, when she lays it, the lady does about 70 to 80% of the incubation. And the ladies also do probably about 60 to 70% of feeding the chicks. Well, the male is really going to be more on guard duty. But also, he does nest maintenance. He'll bring, like, more soft stuff. He'll help dig it out, just keep the nest in good shape while the lady is there. But it's still a team effort, really team effort. They're only going to lay 1 egg per clutch, just 1 egg at a time, 1 egg per year. So they definitely go with the let's put a lot of effort into 1 egg and make sure it lives, rather than the like a Finch method of let's just have 2 clutches of 13 eggs a year and just if 3 of them survive, we're happy. No, they like to make sure their babies live. And they have a pretty low baby mortality rate as far as birds go. One thing that is kind of sweet, though, is at about 4 to 5 years, they will sexually mature. And they will be in one of their big flocks. And these guys do flock up. And they're going to find a mate. And they're going to do kind of a little bit of dancing, showing off their feathers, doing some calling and singing. All the greatest hits of making a bird happy. And once they pair up, those two are... not always, but most of the time, they're going to mate for life. And those two will be together until one of them dies, which I think is super sweet.
Aw.
Yeah.
Super cute picture with the beaks together there.
Yeah, I know, right? So cute. They're so cute. And when the babies are hatched, they, instead of just being called chicks, they're called pufflings.
Things. Oh my gosh.
Pufflings. But yeah, they're gonna fledge after, about 2-3 months and hit the water. And they're going to live out at sea for most of their first 4 or 5 years. And they don't really start to go back to the shore until they are ready to find a mate and have some babies of their own. Because, well, they don't really need to be on land because everything they need is right there in the water. They have the nice oily feathers that, keep water at bay. Got nice, good insulation. So they can be in those North Atlantic waters and be like, I'm comfy. This good.
It gets cold out there, so they must be well designed for it. I was going to ask.
Yeah, birds are very good at, feathers are just, birds just are good at cold weather. There's a lot of birds that just handle cold weather very good. Feathers make some nice insulation. And
feathers and down, they trap the air in there. I believe that's what it is. And you've got, like, waterproofness often a lot of the time. It's like, dang.
And puffins have very, very dense feathers. Not like a ostrich that has not so dense feathers. But I believe the bird that has the densest feathers is a penguin. But, again, these guys kind of look like penguins. Damn penguins. They just kind of look like penguins. All right. They have a few nicknames. Some people call them sea parrots, and other people call them clowns of the sea. Because I guess they're just goofy little guys. They are just goofy little guys. Look at them. Now, as you can see on the right there. Look at that. He's got like... I caught all these fish.
Good job, buddy. Good job.
Exactly, Hasio. It's a whole can of sardines. There were a lot of pictures of puffins with like a whole mouthful of fish.
Aw, man. Living the good life.
They are fully carnivorous, and they love to eat fish, but they really love small fish. The little guys are their favorite ones. So they're not going to eat like a real big one. They like eating lots of these little tiny guys, little sardines, minnows, stuff like that. And they're excellent swimmers. They got the good webbed feet. They've got good diving skills. They can go down to 60 meters deep. That's pretty deep. And their bills have serrations on them. They're not teeth. They're serrated bills. And so they clamp down on the fish, and then that just keeps the fish can't slip out because they got the little serrated bill holding them in place. And one thing that is kind of cool is that beak throughout the course of the year will change color. So like sometimes the black part will be more vibrant, sometimes the red part will be more orange or yellow, and it'll like change throughout the year. So that's kind of neat.
It's interesting.
But they are like I said, a very popular bird. As you can see, they've been featured on postage stamps, all sorts of stuff like that. And there is Penguin Publishing is one of the largest book manufacturers in the world, and they have a children's department, and their children's publishing area is called Puffin Books.
Right. I used to have some of that stuff. I recognize that. Yeah.
The Canadian province of Newfoundland, the official bird is the puffin. All right. Well, the Atlantic puffin anyway. They're also a very popular bird in Iceland. Lots of them in Iceland. And so when the pufflings have to leave the nest, they have to like make their own way. The parents don't help them. They're just like, get out of the nest, go on your own. And the little pufflings are like, okay, I'm going to go. And some of them get turned around and start going inland instead of towards the sea. So there's kind of a tradition in Iceland during the mating season where people will like find puffins that are lost and help guide them to the sea. And I think that's a cool, fun little tradition. It's like The helping of the pufflings.
Lost little guys.
Lost little
Oh
guys.
gosh. Oh no. Give them a fair chance out there.
Yeah. But yeah, and then lastly, their populations are in a little bit of a decline. They are not least concerned. They're on low concern now, but they're close to being near threatened. And near threatened is one step above endangered. And mostly it's because, hey, guess what? Humans are overfishing their waters and there's not as much food for them. Also, there's a lot of pollution in the water and that's not good for an animal that lives in the sea. And also climate change is really changing the, the
environments.
Arctic
Yeah.
environment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
will they go extinct anytime soon in our lifetime? Probably not. But they estimate that by the year 2060, their population could be 20% of what it is now.
Oh.
Which is not good. Not good. So hopefully we can. And the problem is just like there's not that many conservation efforts they can do because so much of where they live is international waters. And so there's not really a governing body that can like control where they live and put in the things to protect them. And when the protection or the thing that's threatening them is environmental change,
it doesn't seem to be so. It doesn't seem to be so much about nesting. It seems to be about getting out in the water, feeding, overfishing, all that stuff, right? So yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, hopefully things can change and we start to do a little bit better. Because I mean, come on, I don't want to live in a world without puffins.
No. Dang.
Puffins are wonderful.
They are nice. I'm glad we could talk about such a nice seabird.
Yes, I mean.
Because I kind of suggested a seagull, but we're done talking shit about birds. We should talk nice about birds.
Yeah, I mean, this is easily the best bird in this order of birds. Because we've got gulls, we got skuas, we got just absolute trash birds in this order. But puffins? I mean, who doesn't love a puffin?
Yeah,
How can anyone not love a puffin?
No, look at those guys. Look at that.
They're just polite little guys.
My gosh.
Yeah.
Like, just wow. What a bird.
I want to pet a puffin. Just put him on my lap. And I know it's hard when he's just as big as I am, but damn it. I just hug a puffin.
Just hug Puffin.
Hug a puffin.
Have a chat with Puffin.
Yeah. He's good puffins.
Cute.
I haven't seen a puffin VTuber. I want to see a puffin VTuber.
You'd think there would be one. Oh gosh, now I have to take a look.
There's got to be one out there somewhere.
There's penguins. There's penguins. Surely there's a puffin somewhere.
Yeah,
we must find the puffin VTuber.
Yeah, I've seen some penguin videos. Of all the birds that I've covered, it's just like there's got to be at least a few birds I've covered that nobody's VTubing as Ain't nobody VTubing as a petrel.
I don't. I mean,
maybe a shoebill.
I was very close at one point. I was like, oh, I don't want to VTube as myself as a lamp devil. I should be something different. I was very close to being some kind of seagull because I'm noisy and I eat garbage. But I'm okay with being me. I'm okay with being me instead.
Dreyfrig does have a Discord server that's nothing but bird VTubers.
The bird server.
Number one with a bullet is Corvids. It's just, I mean, we're just.
Corvids are awesome though, and they're cool, and they're aesthetic, and they got mythological implications and shit. You know.
Yeah. But I think like number 2 is parrots. Number 3 is owls. Lots of owls.
Oh, lots of owls. Yeah.
And then we've got a decent number of chickens and ducks.
Pretty good.
I mean we got Susie, we got Gilbert. A
very good assortment there. I've heard. All right.
So many great birds.
Yeah.
And I'll be having one of them on next week. One of those aforementioned owls.
Oh.
And in about a month from today, we're gonna have Mango on, so that'll be fun.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Mango. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to call this bird of the day done. I think it's pretty clear. We love the puffin. We love the puffin. All right. Well, let's head back to the studio.
All right.